I don't know where I got this confidence from. I just have it. And you physically can't share confidence. It comes from within. And if don't have it, they don't have it. And that's their problem.
This is Tyler. He is probably the realest and most confident rapper of this generation that you could find.
I like myself, I would myself, and I do everything that I do to please myself.
Even if most people don't understand his creative journey, he does not hold back to explain why he does what he does.
You are a performer, I understand. What is it exactly that you do?
Yes.
Tyler's journey as an artist and a person is incredible to watch. His music isn't just music. It's like a series of diary entries that show how much he's grown and changed over the years. Every album tells a story about where he was in his life at the time, and you can feel how deeply personal it all is. When Goblin came out, Tyler was like this ball of raw, rebellious energy. He was angry, frustrated, and didn't hold anything back. Songs like Yonkers and Radicals felt like him screaming into the void, challenging anyone and everyone who doubted him. But underneath all that chaos, there was this kid who was struggling with self-doubt and trying to make sense of his place in the world. It was like he was using his music as therapy, trying to work through everything he couldn't say out loud. By the time Wolf dropped, you could tell he was starting to open up a little more. Sure, it still had some of that wild, unpredictable energy, but there was this new layer of vulnerability. Tracks like Answer and Awkward gave us glimpses into his personal life, his struggles with family, love, and relationships. The production was more refined too, with jazzy, soulful touches that showed he was growing as a producer. You could feel him starting to move beyond just trying to shock people. Then came Cherry Bomb, and Tyler decided to take a huge creative risk. It was loud, messy, and experimental in a way that some fans loved and others didn't quite get. But that's what made it so fascinating. He was pushing himself to try new things, whether it was distorted beats or softer, melodic moments like Find Your Wings. It felt like he was figuring out what he could do, even if it meant not everyone would be on board. When Flower Boy arrived, it was like Tyler finally let his guard down completely. He was vulnerable in a way we hadn't seen before, opening up about loneliness, love, and identity. Tracks like See You Again and 911, Mr. Lonely hit you in the chest with how honest they are. And the sound of the album, it was gorgeous, lush, melodic, and full of heart. It felt like Tyler wasn't just making music anymore. He was creating something that truly reflected who he was becoming. With Igor, Tyler took another leap, this time diving into the messiness of love and heartbreak. The whole album felt like one big emotional roller coaster, from the euphoric highs of Earthquake to the bittersweet acceptance of Gone, Gone, Thank You. The way he blended funk, soul, and electronic sounds was just as bold as the story he was telling. It was like he wasn't afraid to let the world see him at his most vulnerable, and that's what made it so special. When Call Me If You Get Lost came out, it felt like Tyler was celebrating himself. He was confident, reflective, and adventurous, taking us on a journey through love, heartbreak, and self-worth. Tracks like Lumberjack were unapologetically brash, while songs like Wilshire were deeply personal and raw. It was like he'd fully embraced who he was, flaws and all, and he wanted to take us along for the ride. Now with Chromacopia, Tyler has reached a point where he's looking back on everything that's shaped him. This album feels like a love letter to his past, narrated by his mum and filled with stories about his childhood and growth. The music blends hip-hop, R&B, and jazz in a way that feels both fresh and nostalgic, and collaborations with artists like Solange and Daniel Caesar add even more depth. Tracks like Noid and Saint Chroma show just how far he's come, not just as an artist, but as a person. What's so incredible about Tyler is how fearless he's been throughout his career. He started out as this angry, rebellious kid, and has grown into someone who's confident, self-aware, and unafraid to show his softer side. His music is proof that growth isn't always linear, and it's okay to take risks and make mistakes along the way. With Chromacopia, it feels like he's closing a chapter in the most honest and beautiful way possible. Tyler's journey reminds us all that being yourself, fully and unapologetically, is the most powerful thing you can do. That's it for today, guys. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comments, and I will see you next time.